Hello everybody and welcome to the third episode of the Super Effective Podcast. My name is BioLizard1 and I will be one of your hosts for today's episode. Before we start off this third episode, I would like to welcome our wonderful team of permanent panelists and our two guests.
What the fuck is that?
What?
Permanent panelists. What is it?
You are my permanent panelist.
What does it mean?
It means that you are in the podcast as a panelist always, and we
What
have
is permanent? I know what a permanent is, but what is it?
Isn't it correct?
A panelist? No, a panelist.
I don't know if he's maybe like a co-host type thing. I don't know. He's like a host more than he's an analyst, I guess.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay, then I'm going to call you a host.
There you go.
Okay. Now I'm happy.
There you go.
This is awesome. We can have it in our permanent bloopers.
No, don't use it as bloopers. Just put it as the beginning of the episode.
I vote for the beginning of the episode, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't get a vote, though. I'm kind of a good guest here.
Okay, Sam, you're still recording, right?
I'm always recording.
Yeah, let's just go on.
So, have we agreed that you are a host?
Yeah?
I mean, co-host?
Sure, why
Yeah.
not?
No, I'm the only host.
Okay. What?
Okay, go on.
So, as you heard, that was Mefestofelus, also known as Artem. He's the annoying Russian guy that always sits in the
Hey,
background.
shut up. What?
And our second co-host is TheTenKaiChiFighter, also known as Luke.
Hey, what's up, guys?
And then we have two guests for you. And our first guest is TheKillerNacho.
Hi, people.
And our second and final guest is LittleRelapse.
What's going on?
So, yeah. Are you sleepy then home?
I'm pretty bloody tired.
Okay. That's what happens when you live in Australia.
Australia, lol.
Austria.
I mean,
Completely
I'm not that
Fuck
close.
Austria.
Yeah,
Oh.
fuck Austria.
So I'm going to address myself to the Killer Nacho first. Hey, welcome to this podcast.
What is up, homies?
So am I allowed to call you Tim during this episode, or
Yes,
do you want us
yes,
to
you
call
can
you
call
the
me
Killer Nacho?
People do it anyway.
Oh, do
So,
they
yeah.
always call you?
I prefer Tim, so there you go.
Okay, then we'll call you Tim. So welcome, Tim.
Awesome.
Is this the first podcast you have been into?
Yes.
So are you?
It's the first podcast I've done.
Okay, and are you enjoying it so far?
So far, yeah. It's been interesting.
Nervous?
Maybe a little bit.
Because
Although-
in the first two episodes we had our guests were all nervous.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say I'm nervous. I'm just never done this before, so excited. That's the word I would use.
Okay, so I have some questions for you. I'm going to start with my first question. So you started uploading webcam-recorded Diamond and Pearl Wi-Fi battles on. I did some research work, and it was on July 2008. That's the date when you started.
Sounds about right.
Yeah. So if my mathematics are correct, then that's more than 3 years ago. So basically, we can say that you are one of the pillars of competitive Pokemon Wi-Fi battling on YouTube. And my question for you was, how does it feel to be one of the first to upload these battles on YouTube?
Well, I wouldn't say I was the first. In fact, I mean, there was several. There was two battlers in particular that I watched their videos. I'm like, this is pretty cool. I could do this. I'm a pretty good battler. And one was Double-Edged Wombat, who still people don't really know of him. I think he only has 1,000 subs to this day, but he's awesome. And the other guy is Xerxes. So I really would consider myself like a one of the first, but I don't know. I mean, I'm glad I became one of the most popular. I mean, that's why I posted. I expected to get 100 subs and just quit.
Yeah, luckily you didn't do that. But what were those other two Pokemon Wi-Fi battlers your sole inspiration, or what actually gave you the idea to upload these battles? Because not a lot of people, like you said, were doing it back in 2008.
That's one of the reasons, because I found there was not enough, and definitely I thought I had some interesting sets, so I wanted to try them out. I mean, actually, for my first video, I kind of used the same team. I don't know if no one noticed that, but yeah, it was a team I developed for a tournament, and then I found out I liked it, so I just kind of kept rolling with it. But the main reason I started actually, I used to be a part of a forum called Pojo. I might have referred to it in some of my older videos. But it was a really great. I mean, I had my own clan. We just killed people. We were evil. We used to like conquer everybody. So it was a lot of fun to post, battles of humiliating defeats on YouTube. That was a major inspiration. Yeah.
Yeah, I understand. And the fact that you uploaded, because this is really interesting, you uploaded Wi-Fi, webcam recorded Wi-Fi battles. So I assume you were EV training back in 2008?
Yes, originally I did EV training. Dang it, kitty!
I guess your kitty wants to be...
It's my sister's cats. They are everywhere. They jump up on me, and now they're like clawing this. Okay. Anyway, so back to what I was saying. What was the question? So you have webcam recorded Wi-Fi battles, and your first matches were with EV trained Pokemon? Yes. I originally EV trained my Pokemon. But I had like 12, maybe 14, because it takes forever to breed and EV train and all that other good stuff. So eventually, I just kind of like bought into the entire, legal hacking thing. I mean, I tell people I do it, so it's not like it's I don't think it's immoral. If they don't want to play me or they don't want to watch my videos, that's fine. But it's a lot faster, and especially being a college student, you have to kind of go that way. Yeah, definitely, because I can't imagine a world without the hacking Pokemon. So, it would be a lot less battlers, and it would be a lot less interesting. You wouldn't be able to use as many things. I mean, I have now a box, like several boxes of Pokemon that I can use. And it didn't take me very long to make them. So yeah, exactly. It's both entertaining for the people that watch the videos, and it's more fun for yourself because you can use a wide variety of Pokemon. More diversity, and you also get to face more diversity. You think people would be playing RU if it wasn't for hacking? I don't even think so, because people would want to make the best Pokemon. Maybe some people, but definitely. It would be really as widespread. Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. So let's go to the next question. I was actually wondering, how do you feel right now that so many YouTubers started their YouTube channel for the only purpose of posting Pokemon Wi-Fi battles, knowing that you were one of the first to set the hype? Well, it's a nice feeling. I mean, there's a lot of people. I originally watched a lot of Pokemon videos of other people too, but since then I've kind of stopped because I don't really have time for it, and there's so many people that I want to watch. But yeah, I mean, it's pretty interesting. You spawn this entire thing. I mean, you wouldn't really think at first that Pokemon players would necessarily be on YouTube, but it's actually become a major YouTube click, and I find that pretty interesting. I mean, if you think about gaming videos on YouTube, I mean, the first thing you might think of is Call of Duty. But then the second game I think of is Pokemon, because there's so many different Pokemon battlers out there, and it's become its own community, like Smogon and Cerebi, Pojo. I mean, it's become its own Pokemon community, and I found that very interesting. Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. How do you feel about those sites as Smogon contributing to the Pokemon community? Because they play a major role. If we didn't have tiers, then we wouldn't have this awesome metagame we have right now. Are you asking me about what I think about Smogon? Uh-huh. I think it's necessary, obviously, because someone needs to do it. I mean, what's the fun of playing with Furret if everyone else is going to use a team of Gyarados, Tyranitar, the strongest, 6. You can argue what those 6 are.
Play an RU with Furret.
What?
Play an RU with Furret.
Yeah. So I definitely see a point to it. I mean, obviously you don't want people playing. I mean, Ubers is only so fun. So yeah, it's definitely necessary, and someone was going to do it. Smogon ended up doing it, I think, the best way possible. It just means if you take a look at Smogon's system of tiering, it's not opinion-based at all. Well, it kind of is, but it's mostly based on usage. And then Uber is based off opinion, but after a lot of tests. So I think it's really the best system you could make a tier list, and I've seen other tier lists on the web that kind of like are opinion-based, and I just don't really like them as much, because I'm just thinking of ways how their tier list could be completely broken most of the time. And I just use this team, and the OU is just completely screwed. But yeah, I mean, it's definitely. I think there's some flaws with it. I've disagreed with them in the past. I mean, I didn't really like the fact Blaziken was banned, but for every disagreement I have, it's a good system. I mean, I understand why Blaziken was banned, and I can't really think of a better system that could decide the tiering. So for the most part, I like Smogon.
Are there more Smogon fans in this conversation?
Yeah.
Whoa, that was convincing.
I'm a fan of Smogon because, I mostly use it for sets, of course, because I would never want to, just sit there and think about move sets. I've done it in the past, but it doesn't work with every single guy, honestly, not with every single poke. But, as it comes to tiering, as Tim said, it's probably one of the best. It is the best, so no doubt.
Yeah, that's another nice thing about Smogon is these sets. I mean, I don't use most of the time I look over the sets, get a good idea, look through the moves because they also, if you can tab it to see what all the moves they have. And normally I look at the sets. I usually won't copy them completely when I'm making a Pokemon. I always like to kind of put my own flair. But yeah, I mean, I definitely take a look at them. Take it into consideration. Sometimes, maybe for some certain Pokemon, you can copy them completely because this is obviously the best set. But you can always modify a few moves and a few EVs just so it can fit your team better. Because that's another thing about Pokemon.
Definitely.
It's a team sport, I guess you could call it, not a single Pokemon.
Yep. Yeah, you can basically use Smogon as the basic and then giving some personal touch to the Pokemon. Yeah, like that. Okay. So, correct me if I'm wrong, but about a year and a half ago, you decided to stop uploading Pokemon Wi-Fi battles to your YouTube channel because you were too busy with college.
Well, that was one of the reasons.
It's one of the reasons. Yeah, there were many others. But how did it feel to you to give up your hobby that you kind of loved to do for 2.5 years?
Well, I was getting to that point that it was towards the end of 4th gen. I mean, I kind of felt like I did everything I already could do. And in a way, I mean, it just really wasn't even fun for me anymore, like the game itself. So, I mean, the only reason I kept doing it towards the end, maybe the last few months, before I decided to quit was basically because, I did have this fan base and, they expected videos. And I do like to post videos. I do like to entertain people. But if the game's just not fun anymore, that's a big reason you should probably just give it up. Eventually, and I took a break, rather long break. And 5th Gen came out, and it was all right. So I decided, you know what, I'll just post some videos. So that was basically.
Was that kind of the biggest motivation for you to bring up new Wi-Fi battles? Because I remember you saying. I missed all of that.
Okay,
no problem.
My internet jumped.
Okay, no problem. I was talking about your motivation to kind of post new Wi-Fi battles, but not on a regular basis. Was the only reason for you to do that Pokemon Black and White? Because I remember you uploading a video where you said, if the Black and White metagame turns out to be interesting enough, I'm gonna post new Wi-Fi battles. And
I wouldn't say it. Oh, sorry, go on.
No. You can jump in.
I wouldn't say it was the only reason. A lot of it is I took a break, so I kind of I kind of felt like I wanted to play again. I don't think I would have posted though if the 5th Gen didn't come out because, like I said, I felt like I already did everything in 4th Gen. I needed a change, and that 5th Gen provided that change. I mean, I wouldn't have seen it wasn't the only reason I decided to come back, but I don't think I would have if 5th Gen didn't come out.
Okay.
And what do you think about all those partnership shenanigans going on YouTube and, specifically in the Pokemon community? And do you want to get partnered yourself?
Sorry. Oh, do I want to get partnered?
Yeah.
I've actually applied to the TGN. Is that what it is?
TGN.
Oh. Yeah, I've applied. They haven't gotten back to me yet. But yeah, I do kind of want to get partnered. I mean, I kind of think it's cheap. I have always thought partners is kind of cheap, but at the same time, I mean, I'm putting time and effort into this that I could be spending on other things, and ultimately, you want to be compensated at least a little for your time. I mean, it's not like partners are being paid professionally, except for like those 2 million subscriber guys, or millions of subscribers. So it's something that would be nice, I think. So maybe even inspire me to post a little more. So, yeah, I mean, that's how I kind of view it. I don't really view it as good or bad by itself, but it's definitely nice if you're the person that's partnered.
We can ask Sam. How does it?
And it's good for the community too. So I think overall it's a good thing because people who are partnered typically post more.
That's true.
So yeah, don't be mad at partnerships.
No, don't be.
I'm not.
I mean, I would probably still post videos even if I'm not partnered, but definitely it would be inspiration to post more. Money is always a good. I mean, that's why money is worth anything at all, is because it inspires people to do things. That money, we would do nothing. It's the epitome of our society.
Yeah.
It is, kind of. But, okay, thank you for this short interview, Tim. We'll get back to you later on this podcast to answer some of your subscribers' questions. Our second guest, which we haven't really talked about yet, is LittleRelapse. Hello, LittleRelapse.
What up, Sam?
Are you still awake?
I'm still awake.
We need to keep checking on you because
I just have been listening quietly.
Okay.
Right.
So, can I call you D? Because
yeah, it's called D.
Artem said
That's
it is
fine.
custom to call you D.
Yeah.
So I have some questions up for you as well, but because you're kind of sleepy, I'm going to make it rather short. So in comparison to Tim, you are a kind of a smaller yet yet talented YouTuber. But since you're not that known as Tim, it might be a good way to introduce yourself a little bit in this podcast. So can you tell a little bit about yourself?
Well, I've been battling on YouTube for just a bit over 2 years now, and I've taken a few breaks during that time. Like, I've just lost interest and gained interest in the game quite a few times. But I'm back. Like, I've been back for the last 4 months, I think, and I'm really enjoying the game and enjoying the community. And I'm trying to get used to 5th gen still, but yeah.
I think everybody kind of is.
Yeah, it's still a bit confusing.
So, yeah. And I asked Tim, so I'm going to ask you as well. What was your main motivation to get into competitive Pokemon Wi-Fi battling? If your motivation was Tim, then you can thank him right now.
I remember I battled TheKillerNacho for my 300 sub special. I
remember that.
just thought I'd throw that out there. Yeah. Anyway, I think one day I was just sort of browsing YouTube and I think I was watching all of the Pokemon movies or something, and I think I misspelled something and a battle came up. I'm like, what is this? And it was actually Xenon. So and then I was watching it, and then I just became obsessed with watching it, and then I ended up sitting there for at least 5 hours straight just watching Xenon's battles. Just trying to understand the meta game, and then I learned about EVs and so on and so forth, that sort of thing.
Yeah, I was surprised at first how hard EVs were to understand. I was like, wait, you battle that guy and you get one EV? What the hell is this?
Yeah. I remember I actually had my R4 and I didn't know that I could Pokestab with it. So for about 3 months, I was sitting there for hours and hours EV training on my R4.
Okay,
and,
that's
now I feel like it.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
You're gonna gain subs by saying this.
I guess.
So, yeah, what is actually your ace Pokemon? We know that Tim likes Furret, also known as Dustbuster. But do you have an ace Pokemon or?
I don't know. Probably pretty dope. I don't know. I like using Kingdra. I don't know why. Just Kingdra just fucking rapes everything. I go into Ubers and I sweep Ubers teams with Kingdra just because of the swift swim ability, and it's just amazing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's talk about your channel a little bit. I have noticed that your channel has been growing pretty quickly over the past couple of months, and in addition to that, we have also asked you to join the Global Pokemon League, and which was kind of admiring that at the Global Pokemon League was that you managed to battle all of your opponents in less than a week. And
I think it was.
how did you do
about 2
that?
days.
That was just a personal question. I wanted to know how did you do that?
I don't know. I'm just like if I set my mind on something, I can do it fairly easily. And I was like so excited. I'm like, all right, I just got to get all these done like tomorrow, and I just got all the battles and I finished them.
Wow, that is just great. So yeah. Okay, thank you for this information. Like I said, I'm going to keep this interview a little shorter because we don't want to waste a lot of your time because you're tired, because you live in Austria.
Austria, yeah. No, it's fine. I'm awake now. I'm fine.
Okay, then I guess you'll be very active in our next section of the podcast that we are going to call Community Talk from now on. So since episode 1, we intend to talk a lot about the Pokemon community and all of its contributors. But when I uploaded the first episode of the Super Effective podcast, we did receive some interesting comments to the upload concerning our Pokemon community. And I think it might be a good idea to rephrase some of those good questions from the comment section and let our guests and co-hosts, I'm not going to call them panelists anymore, but our co-hosts, we can let them discuss it. And one interesting comment that might take some time to discuss was Xenon's comment. And I'm going to quote him what he said. He said, and I quote, "In the next podcast, I want you guys to talk about the Pokémoshpit partnership share. Let's Play Pokémoshpit, Pokémoshpit Beta, and Pokémoshpit itself all have partnership, but who's getting all the money? Dave, also known as King Daddy DMAC, once told us that if Pokémoshpit gets big, he's gonna take some of that money to make an official website, but after time, people stay pretty quiet about all of this. I'm not here for the money, but I think people but I don't feel like people can just get fully paid while other people upload video material." So that was the question that Xenon posted to the first episode of the Super Effective podcast, and a lot of people commented to that comment as well. And I think it's a daring topic that might cause some tension, but if we don't discuss it, I think it might cause some tension as well. So I think we can discuss this part.
How expensive is a website?
I have no idea. I never built one.
It's like I'm doing a course in I'm doing a course right now in internet and web design, and you can buy websites from under $20 for 5 years. So it's not expensive at all.
Wow.
Well, it's usually a monthly fee. I mean, because you have to pay for the hosting, and you still have to usually pay someone to build it unless you're savvy with web design.
Yeah, but it depends which provider you use as well.
Yeah, I mean, if you use one of those website providers, it's usually very cheap, $10 a month. Yeah. Depending on your bandwidth allocation.
Now, when did they get partnered? In May, right? Something like in May, I think.
Yeah.
I don't even know.
I think earlier.
Earlier, yeah. But let's just say May, because I just don't want to go deep into those facts. But since May, I think there was a lot of time to raise $20. So honestly, I think Dave already got enough money for the website. But what is he doing with the rest of the money? I mean, that is an interesting question. I've been thinking about it, honestly, and I've been thinking that Pokémoshpit has to start pay the directors at some point, just so it's going to inspire more people to upload there, just like Machinima. Machinima pays their directors. And have you noticed lately that not many people has been posting on Pokémoshpit? I mean, I would say not many famous people has been posting there. Those people who got partnered, but a lot more of those smaller guys in terms of the Pokémoshpit kind of sub count, they started posting more, and that's probably one of the reasons is that Pokémoshpit doesn't pay, because some of those partnered channels, they get money from their own channels, and why should you post to Pokémoshpit? There's no reason to, honestly, for them, in my eyes. But I don't know. I think they should start paying people soon.
I
All
totally
right, can I
agree with you.
interject? And
Yeah.
sorry, if someone else wanted to talk.
Yeah, go on.
No,
I'm actually going to take the opposing side of this view. I've met Josh, King Daddy DMAC, in the past. I mean, we've worked together on real life tournaments in the past, notably the King of the Couch tournament. So I actually know him in person. I know the kind of person he is. He's not trying to screw anybody over, I think, and he's not trying to hoard all the money for himself. But something you have to realize about the Pokémoshpit and YouTube in general is it takes a lot of time. It takes a lot of time to upkeep that Pokémoshpit site, and I mean, it's all him. He put his heart and soul into this channel, and he believes in it. So it feels right to me, considering it's a service. It's a service to the community. It's not really. I mean, it's a lot. I mean, that's what makes it great. Is it brings all the Pokemon community together. But I mean, at the core, Dave is Pokémoshpit. And he's the one that brings everyone together. And ultimately, he's the one that really has to do most of the work for Pokémoshpit, because he gets how many submissions a day? A lot. Who has to review them? Who has to decide which ones to post? Who has to actually post them? I mean, there's a lot more than just making videos that, the top-end person has to do. That's DMAC. And in addition, I don't really feel like it's a big problem that the big names are starting to leave Pokémoshpit, because originally that was the point. The point was to get the lesser-known Pokemon players into the spotlight, so you could, find Pokemon players that you really like, if you're watching Pokémoshpit, or if you're not well known, submit to Pokémoshpit, so you can become better known. So that was the point. I feel like it really only used the top battlers to really. I mean, that's why he basically, when he asked me to become a director there, that's the reason he was trying to get the directors and get some better known people posting there to begin with, just so start getting interest in it. And eventually became a huge success, and that's a testament to Dave's dedication, because on more than one occasion, I'm sure he just wanted to throw it out the window because it wasn't working. But I really think it became a big success, and Dave was a major reason. And if he wants to, I mean, it's his revenue. I mean, if he wants to make a website with that revenue, great. If not, I mean, it's not like he's making a whole lot. I mean, what, you make 1 cent every 10 views for being a partner? I mean, he's probably getting maybe $200 a month, and that's really nothing in the long run. So I would say that I mean, if he feels like paying people, it's fine. But really, $200 a month doesn't even make up for. He's probably being paid $2 an hour for his work. So it's really, I don't think, a big deal.
Yeah, but I'm not saying anything bad about it. I'm just.
I'm totally on Tim's side, really.
As far as I know, Dave doesn't do the uploads anymore. I think Wild Chase actually does it. That was the reason he left Pokémoshpit beta. And as far as I know, they don't have all that many battle submissions in the main Moshpit, because Pokémoshpit beta is something crazy. They have like 70 submissions or something. So, what I was thinking about, maybe he could, start paying people depending on the video they post. So let's say 50% goes from the money earned from that certain video that the director posted goes to Dave, and 50% goes to the uploader. But in all honesty, as you said, it's not going to be all that much. So I guess maybe Dave is trying to wait for the channel to grow bigger, so it's going to start getting more money. So it's actually going to be worth uploading there. You know what I mean? Not for like 50 cents, but for like some significant amounts, even maybe like $50 or something.
You do also have to note that Dave doesn't get the entire money per video.
Yeah.
60% goes to Dave, while 40% goes to the game station. So if Dave shares that part among the people who submit, then I think it's just not I think it would just be stupid to share it, in my opinion, because what is the reason you submit to Pokémoshpit? It's to bring a battle to a bigger channel.
To get subs,
and to get more viewers, to get more attention to your channel, as Tim said earlier. And I think it's not, at least not my intention, to post a battle to Pokémoshpit to earn money, because I think it's already an honor if you can post there.
Like I said, I view it as a free service. That's basically what I view it as. I mean, really, people post to Pokémoshpit because they want to. Because they want, like you said, to get more viewers, to put their name out there. It's a free Pokemon service. It's not something that you should be paid for. You're promoting yourself. It's free free promotion. That's what it is.
Yeah, I've never uploaded to Pokémoshpit or Pokémoshpit beta, but yeah, to be on Pokémoshpit, I'd chop my left testicle off. I mean, that's an honor.
I
don't know. No, it's just just because it's just such a big channel, and how many people watch it every day is even though they have 40k subs. You're never ever gonna get the amount of views that you want. You'll get 7,000, 8,000 views per video, maybe. And
that's a lot for some of the lesser known people, though. I mean,
yeah, if I got that, I'd probably do a backflip
with 100 subs.
Yeah,
they're not gonna get 8,000 on their own.
Yeah, and with Machinima, as you were saying with the revenue, sharing between DMAC and the uploader, with the revenue sharing, you're not going to make any at all. You're barely going to make $20 per video, maybe not even.
Yeah, that's what I said. That's why I'm thinking Dave is just trying to wait until the channel grows a little more.
Yeah, so it's with Machinima, it's a completely different deal because they make a shit ton of money from each video. So it's
no, it was just an example. I'm not saying that.
No. Yeah. I know what you're talking about, dude. But I'm just saying Machinima is completely different to Pokémoshpit in a sense that Machinima has contacts with so many people and so many different networks. They can get they have money everywhere. They're a big company, and Pokémoshpit's pretty much just an independent thing that a couple of people just started on their own. So, yeah, that's my input.
But it's part of the Game Station, which is a big company as well.
Yeah, I understand that.
Machinima, I think now. What is it? Project Moshpit. It's Machinima kind of branch.
Yeah, that was the second topic I wanted to talk about in this community talk section. Nice that you say that, Artem. But yeah, just talk a little bit about Project Moshpit. We have Pokémoshpit, partnered by the Game Station, and we have Project Moshpit, being partnered by Machinima. What are your thoughts on that? I think, Artem, you have some interesting thoughts on that, not?
On Project Moshpit, honestly, not really. I mean, I have a lot of thoughts on LP Moshpit, but we've talked about it in the first episode. Project Moshpit, I think as I spoke to some of the guys, I don't quite understand how, let's take Dave, how can he be a director on both Machinima and the Game Station at the same time? That was my only question, because I thought you have to, leave one network channel in order to get to another one. But that's the only thing that concerns me about it. But I guess you could be a director on several networks. That's how Dave is, I guess. But
what's the premise? I haven't really heard about this. I've been obviously out of the community. What is the premise behind this mosh pit? What's it for?
It's basically a Machinima Pokemon channel.
Oh, so it's like Pokémoshpit, just Machinima.
With a limited list of producers or directors.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's interesting. I don't really know how I feel about it.
But it's something like.
If it works, it works. There you go.
I guess, but it's something above Pokémoshpit now. So I guess Pokémoshpit is now the middle channel. It used to be on top of the hill, but now Project Moshpit has even less amount of directors, and so it's basically 3 channels now where people can upload, and Project Moshpit is like the highest where you can get, I think. I don't know how it is now.
Yeah, I mean, I know Dave thinks of Pokémoshpit as his own little entity, so he probably thinks of the Machinima and the Game Station as, you know, just partnerships. So yeah, I mean, I think he always, like, when we did those tournaments for King of the Couch tournaments, I mean, he said we're partnered with King of the Couch. So I mean, he really thinks of it as his own entity. So I could kind of see that.
So yeah.
I have no opinion.
And what do you think about the fact that only a limited list of people can post to Project Moshpit, since the list is even more limited than the director's list that could post to Moshpit?
Yeah, that's kind of strange. I mean, well, that is pretty obvious that it's going to be like a more limited list in Project Moshpit, but I don't even know, can any other of the directors actually get to Project Moshpit?
It depends on like the feedback of your videos on like on your channel and how many subscribers you have. I think it like probably I'm gonna say the benchmark is around 10K plus, but I'm not sure of that. Like, yeah, that's just
what's his name? Philadran or Philadran? He posted on Project Moshpit, so I don't think it's the sub count.
Philadran. I've never even heard of him.
I'm sure it has a lot of different factors. I mean, it could be subs, or it could be, you know, I really like your videos, I think you could contribute, or it could be even just connections. Maybe he's a friend of somebody. I mean, there's any number of reasons that someone could be asked to do it, so that's probably something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and then maybe a final question to end this community discussions. If you could choose, I'm going to direct this question to every single one in this conversation. If you could choose, then what channel would you like to be a director of? Either Project Moshpit or Pokémoshpit? Maybe Artem, you can go first.
Like if I'm gonna be a director of Project Moshpit, then I won't be able to post on Pokémoshpit. Or what do you mean?
Yeah, we can go by that. Yeah.
Like, you have to choose one or the other.
You have to choose one.
I think, I don't know, in terms of getting partnered or like getting money, obviously I'm gonna say Project Moshpit, because I think Dave said that some of the Project Moshpit directors are gonna get a chance to post on Machinima Realm and maybe get like a contract from him. But how many subs does Project Moshpit have now? Like 10K or something?
Around 9,000.
It's going really fast, yeah.
Yeah, it is going fast, but it's still I think for quite a while it's going to be smaller than Pokémoshpit. But in terms of like view count and like the result of the subscribers I get, it's going to be Pokémoshpit. But I'm going to stop with Project Moshpit. Just the chance to post on Machinima Realm is just, it's too appealing. So
I'd go with that one too if it is the highest.
Yeah.
I mean, if it's the highest, I mean, why would I want to post on the other ones? I mean, I haven't really posted on any of the. I think I post maybe one video. I'm not even sure. I don't remember. Because I always find that, you know, it's just better to post to my own channel. It's not really, I mean, the Moshpit thing really isn't for me since I am already well known. I just always considered it, why would I post there? But yeah, I mean, if I had to post, if I was going to post one of them, I probably want to pick the best one. So that's how I feel.
Okay.
Yeah.
What would you pick then?
I'd probably pick. I'm gonna say Project Moshpit as well, just because of the sheer fact that it is more commercially known than Pokémoshpit, because Machinima is just such a big channel and such a big community, even compared to the Game Station, because the Game Station has I think around 400, 300K or something like that. But Machinima has over 2 million subscribers, or 3 million now, I think. I don't even know. It's ridiculous. And just the amount of people that tune into Machinima over the Game Station is just unbelievable. So I'd probably have to go with Project Moshpit, and it's growing like crazy.
I wouldn't really be able to choose, I guess. Just a channel that needs help with battles, I would post to, basically.
Yeah.
Luke, and you?
I'd post to any of them. I guess I'd post to regular Moshpit just because ever since it was created, it was somewhere that I wanted to be able to post to. But I guess I just haven't had the resources to do it because, I mean, back then I didn't really know many people. And I think I've talked to Dave about how Moshpit works and getting on Moshpit and stuff, and I didn't really want to go too far into it because it's a topic that I'm not very happy about, to say the least. But I guess Moshpit, just because it's one of my aims and goals as my kind of quote-unquote career on YouTube. So I guess kind of checking that box would be really nice.
Okay, that's some nice words to conclude this section. So shall we move on to the third section, or does anybody want to add something to the community talk?
No, I guess.
All right.
Okay, then. So in this third section of our podcast, we are going to let our guests answer some questions that were posed by the subscribers of our guests. So because we realize that people would like to listen to our podcast because they want to hear their guests in our podcast. So first off, Tim posted a battle and a video on Sunday, if I'm correct. And he
Yes.
posted some questions. I scanned through those through your comment section, and there were some interesting questions. I picked like 5 or 6. The first question was posed by the White Afro Manx, I think, and he said like, "Where do you go to college?"
I go to college at Messiah College. It is a small Christian college in mid-Pennsylvania. I don't really consider myself a super religious person, but my parents were like, "We'll pay for half your college if you go to a Christian college." So I'm like, "That's a pretty good deal. I'll take it."
Okay.
But it's a pretty nice school. It's good education, so that's what all you could really want.
Do you go to college, LittleRelapse?
I'm 16.
Oh, okay.
So not yet.
So
I'm
you're in
still
kindergarten?
high school. Yeah, I'm in kindergarten. I play with Thomas the Tank Engine and Barbies, that sort of thing.
Oh, yes.
All that good stuff.
Okay.
Like all the thug stuff.
Yeah, and Pokemon and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So next question, and this is actually I consider it as kind of a funny question, but it was said by Slangalabangdang. And
Well, the name's already funny.
yeah, exactly. And he said like, so, okay, Tim, you are trapped in an alley by a thug, and you can use one Pokemon to move yourself free. But what Pokemon would you go for, and what move would you make them go for?
Abra Teleport.
That's exactly what I was thinking. Abra Teleport. I mean, that's the obvious one. I mean, if I can't use Abra, if I'm not allowed to use Teleport, I would probably just choose, like, there's a big buff Pokemon who's killed a guy, like Charizard or something.
Oh, I would just go like, Wheezing, go and fart. Just
that would work too, yeah. That's very good.
So
I'd throw out my Kakuna and use Harden.
What?
I'd throw out my Kakuna and use Harden. And then just smack him with my Kakuna and run.
I'm rather fearing your string shot than your Harden, to be honest.
Penis jokes.
Yes, yeah. We had that in episode 2, so... but yeah, I would just go for like a huge Pokemon and then like scare them off. Maybe go for a Snorlax or so and make it use Body Slam.
Yeah, but Snorlax has like a chance of just falling asleep though.
Oh yeah, damn.
At the very worst, I mean, there's a big wall in front of you now, so that's not
Pidgey.
What?
Pidgey.
Yeah, use Pidgey. It's badass.
There you go.
It could kill you in one fell swoop.
Ferrothorn.
Yeah. Ferrothorn.
Yeah.
You just throw Ferrothorn at him.
Pretty scary.
Run.
Smack him with a Ferrothorn. That shit is spiky.
Flying steel UFO grass thing.
I mean, personally, I'd be very afraid with Pokemon with tentacles, so I mean, I'd stay away.
Yeah. Has anybody ever seen that episode of Pokemon where the Tentacruel is supersized and it destroys the city? Yeah, I'd use
I
that.
remember that.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
first generation for the win.
Fucking nerds.
I've probably seen. I mean, I've never. I don't really. Always thought the anime was stupid, even as a kid. But I
Me
probably
too.
seen each episode of the first season at least once, and I remember that episode. It was funny.
Mm-hmm,
I
yeah,
found it hilarious.
there were so many funny
Oh.
Pokemon episodes in that first season.
In the first season.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
First season, it's the absolute shit. I love the first season.
Okay. So then we
I
had.
remember when Sabrina turned everyone into dolls. That was my favorite episode. I thought that was.
Oh, that scared the shit out of me when I was 5.
Which, that
You
Sabrina
have no
episode.
idea.
Or what episode was it?
Yeah, it was when he fought Sabrina in the psychic gym, and if
Oh,
he
yeah.
lost, they turned into dolls.
And when he went to
And then he
Lavender
lost.
Town
That's
to get a
such shit.
hunter, that was so cool. He died in that
He
episode.
died.
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
he
I remember.
died.
Wow, nerds, wow.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, well, we all play
Yeah, this was
Pokemon
when I
here,
was in
so I'm
fifth
pretty
grade.
sure we're all nerds.
Yeah. So we have a next question by Ninja Super Saiyan 4 Reddit. And okay then.
Apparently.
So and his question is kind of standard, but he said, "What is your favorite starter Pokemon of all time?"
Charmander. Charmander. I mean, Charmander's the original. I mean, it's my all-time favorite starter. There's nothing even that comes close,
Squirtle.
in my opinion.
Bulbasaur for me.
I mean, I used to, my original red version, I picked Charmander because I liked the dragon thing, and my next door neighbor picked Squirtle. He always kept destroying me. I was kind of mad until I figured out that I could actually defeat him really easily. I just got a Venusaur.
Actually, first generation's Blastoise and Charizard sprites were looking so cool. If you imagine,
Oh yeah, they really were. I mean, if you take a look at some of, I mean, not only red, blue, but the green sprites too. The one that the game never came to America. Some of those sprites are really scary. Like the original Haunter. I mean, I really like the old style Pokemon graphics. Since then, they kind of transitioned to like cute anime, big eye kind of things. But some of the old school graphics of the old first Pokemon game, they're pretty awesome.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. And yeah, we might want to jump on to the next question because I see that we are already talking for an hour or so, nearly an hour. So.
Oh yeah, about that.
Luke did name his thing.
Luke, your favorite starter?
Favorite starter Pokemon? Any gen?
I think he's gonna say
and-
Chikorita.
It's hard, man. If like Bayleaf was the original like grass type, like the first evolution, then I'd have to go with that. But
Oh, you can name any of those. Like,
well, I guess if it was any evolution of any starter, then I guess it'd have to be Bayleaf.
yeah,
Oh,
it's
that's the same with me. High five. High five.
Yeah.
Okay, just go into.
Totodile.
Yeah, Totodile is cool as well, but Squirtle just to be old school.
All the way.
So
I like how all the first gen starters were reptiles. Kind of missed that.
yeah.
That's cool.
Oh my god, yeah. Okay, so let's move on to another question then. And this is a question which is a rather long question by New Guerra, and he said, Nacho, out of all of the Dream World Pokemon and exclusive abilities and attacks, which Pokemon would be your favorite from Dream World, and which Pokemon are you happy to see to get a Dream World ability?
This is one I have to think about. I mean, Blaziken. I mean, I was originally happy Blaziken got a Dream World ability. Then they banned him. But I always felt that Blaziken was like so much cooler than Infernape. I really don't like the stupid monkey thing, but I'm like, finally, there's a reason for me to use Blaziken instead of freaking Infernape. But then they got rid of it, so I was like, aside from that, let me think. Let's see. I like Alakazam's ability, but it's not even released yet.
It is.
They released They released it.
There has been an update.
Magikarp Alakazam.
Yeah, there has been an update like a week ago, and they released Sableye, which is going to be a bitch with Prankster.
Yeah, I remember that one.
Abra, Alakazam, and some other guys I don't quite remember. But
That is awesome. So that might get my vote.
Yeah.
I also I'm kind of glad that Furt got that ability. I mean, he gets Frisk. I mean, because it's not completely useless. He used to have like Limber. Oh, actually, no. Which one did he have before? I thought it was useless. I don't remember. But yeah, he got a slightly better ability. I think that's really the only thing I can really think of on the top of my head. I mean, there's a lot of good ones, but I'm not just going to name a good one. I mean, one I'm really glad about. Multi-scale Dragonite. I really like multi-scale Dragonite.
Yeah,
It makes
exactly.
Dragonite so much more bulky, and it makes it completely different than Salamence. Because in Gen 4, one of the things I hated about Dragonite is, you could make Dragonite a little more bulky than Salamence, but due to Intimidate, it really doesn't matter. I mean, Dragonite's completely outclassed by Salamence, despite Dragonite being infinitely cooler, in my opinion. So yeah, multi-scale Dragonite, I was really happy about that.
Yeah, and now notice how Dragonite is above Salamence in usage. So yeah, that tells
Yeah.
something.
Mission accomplished. The cooler Pokemon wins. That's why I never cared that Scizor got Bullet Punch. I mean, everyone else was complaining when Platinum came out because it gets Bullet Punch, and now it's the most broken piece of crap ever. Good, it deserves it. It looks cool.
Yes, exactly.
I was always angry that Scizor, was not used while some of the best Pokemon were freaking Blissey. It made me so angry.
Yeah.
Blissey's the most.
Oh god, I hate Blissey.
I could rage about Blissey forever.
I like Blissey.
I
only used it once on YouTube, I think, and I released it directly afterwards. I don't remember the battle, but it definitely happened.
Yeah, I think I remember it. You lost in like...
Yeah, I lost a bet.
Yeah, you lost a bet.
So I had to use Blissey. And then it didn't even do what it's supposed to do. It died to a special hit due to a crit. So then I'm done. So I released it. And then all these people complained that they should have just given it to them, but I'm like, no, it's gone. I already released it.
I think the most exciting thing that I like the Dream World ability for me, Infernape gets Iron Plate or Iron Fist or something like that. I can't remember what the ability is called exactly, but Infernape with that and Mark Punch and close combat and all that, it's gonna be unstoppable.
Not really. I mean, Blaze. I could argue with that. I mean, Iron Fist is only a 20% boost.
Which Pokemon did you say got Iron Fist?
Infernape.
Infernape.
Oh, Infernape. Yeah, that's going to be pretty good. I mean, I don't really see it as a definitely better than Blaze, though. I mean, I think it's going to be a good ability and definitely used in some sets. I don't really see it's broken, though.
Yeah, only because
I don't think it's going to throw Infernape over the top.
Yeah,
I mean, I might even stick with Blaze on certain sets because some sets don't even use punching moves.
Oh yeah, no, I totally agree with that. But I mean, when you're using physical sets close combat, Mark Punch, those kind of moves, if you don't run that, it could be win or loss situation, and you could have to use a Mark Punch.
Yeah, I definitely choice band Infernape with Mach Punch and Iron Fist is going to be pretty good. But it's still not as powerful as choice band Scizor with Bullet Punch, so I don't think it's going to be a major problem.
Swords Dance Infernape is going to outclass Scizor. Swords Dance Scizor.
I don't want to spoil your fun, but there is going to be a Flash Fire. What's it called? The evolved form of a Cyndaquil. What's it called?
Typhlosion.
Yeah, Typhlosion with Flash Fire in RU, which is gonna rock, in my opinion.
Flash Fire, I don't know.
I don't know. I thought it was RU last time, but if you make a Water Fire Groskor...
If it's RU, when it gets Flash Fire, it's probably going to go up to UU. I mean, I could see using something like that in OU. So,
yeah,
I mean,
don't you think
it's a fire type, but it's also one of the only fire... I mean, any fire type with Flash Fire is going to be usable. And I already considered, Choice Scarf Typhlosion is pretty usable.
Does Flareon have Flash Fire?
Yes.
Maybe.
Nobody
I think it does.
Flareon.
I'm going to go on Smogon right now and check. I think it does, but, Flareon sucks, so...
Yeah.
But Typhlosion has 100 base speed, which makes it awesome.
Yeah. I mean, Flareon has terrible speed, and it has, all this attack, but, nothing to use it with.
What is it? Sheer Force for Alligator? That is cool.
Yeah, it gets Flash Fire. That's its primary abilities. Flareon has Flash Fire.
Yeah, but it still sucks. But, what is it? Sheer Force for Alligator? That shit is cool.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Although it still doesn't make it better than Gyarados.
Well, of course, but in lower tiers, I could.
Yeah. It's the lower tiered Gyarados.
Yeah.
I mean, it always has been, and that didn't really do anything to change it. I think Gyarados gets Sheer Force too, doesn't he? No, he gets something.
Yeah.
What is
Yeah. No,
Gyarados
that's
gets?
Moxie.
Gyarados gets that attack boost every time
Moxie,
he kills
Moxie.
something.
Moxie.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
one.
Heracross
Although
gets that as
intimidates
well.
managers still. I mean, yeah, Sheer Force, Tier Force for Alligator is pretty powerful. But I don't. I mean, it doesn't push it over the edge.
It is
It's still going to be the
it's
UU. It's going to be the UU Gyarados for the end of time until they actually make it worthwhile.
But with Sheer Force, his waterfall is going to get boosted, not because it has a flinching rate.
Yeah, it's gonna be Waterfall Crunch,
Oh, well.
Ice
gonna be
Punch.
Forgot about that.
Ice Punch or something. No, I think it can't learn Ice Punch with the Dreamworld ability.
Oh,
It should be.
Yes, it can learn. No, I don't know if it can learn Ice Punch with Dream World because I thought Ice Punch was like a tutor move.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Or no, wait, it's an egg move. I think if it's an egg move, it will be able to learn it. If it's a tutor move, it can't. I think it's an egg move though, so I think it actually can learn it.
and then it
Yeah,
will be
but-
totally cool. Period. Lol.
Yes, it would be good.
So,
Oh my god, the starters are actually getting playable. What the hell?
What? Oh, with the grass one. Yeah, with Contrary.
Mm-hmm.
Oh shit.
Contrary, that's going to be an awesome set. The other two, I don't see how they're going to be playable ever.
When it gets released, that Smogon has to do something really quick.
It'll be OU. I don't think it'll push it to Uber, but it's going to be OU.
No, remember early Gen 5? You probably weren't around, but in early Gen 5, people
Oh
were just
my God.
spamming it. It was Substitute, Leech Seed, Leaf Storm, and Hidden Power Fire.
I've played
Oh.
Contrary Superiors, so I mean I kind of understand their power, but
Yeah, it can freaking sweep OU teams.
It will give you a reason to run Dragonite.
people will run counters. Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
that's one of the things about metagames. Metagames actually usually fairly compensate themselves. Like if a Pokemon that's a fire type sees this immense usage, you're going to see water types go up. I think Superior has a lot of counters in OU, even the contrary set, and we'll just see more of those counters, I believe. I mean, it might get banned. I mean, I was wrong about Blaziken. I didn't think Blaziken would get banned because I thought it had counters too, but I guess not.
Heatran is just a perfect check for it.
Heatran's a perfect check. Pretty much every bulky water.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Azumarill is basically the perfect Pokemon.
It's not a bulky water, but
Azumarill just rapes it.
yeah, I know Sep Sipper, but who's gonna run Azumarill without huge power? Just think about it.
I don't even know
no,
that's one of those things that, I mean, there's a lot of Dream World abilities that are just pointless like that. Like, oh, look, you could run this, or you could run its already better ability.
Exactly.
Oh, Nidoking. I had Nidoking in my list from earlier.
oh my
Yeah,
God. I
really
love
glad
him.
Nidoking got Sheer Force, because that makes him playable, and I really love Nidoking. He
Yeah,
wasn't playable in
same.
Gen 4.
High five.
Yeah, Nidoking.
Woo!
I
Nidoking.
like, yeah, I like the physical set more, to be honest. In Gen 4, I remember running a Choice Band in Nidoking, but it sucked. But
I mean, Choice Band Nidoking did okay, and even other Nidoking sets, they did okay in lower tiers. But I always considered it kind of like outclassed by the bulkier Nidoqueen.
Oh, Nidoqueen.
Yeah.
In season
Now,
1 of
finally, Nidoking is, at the same usability level, in my opinion. Because you could Nidoking as a sweeper, or you can have Nidoqueen as that bulky tank, stealth rocker person. Throws rocks at people for no reason.
yeah,
So what was the question again? This is going well.
I don't
about
remember.
About Dreamworlds, asking what your favorite
Oh,
Pokemon
okay.
with Dreamworld was.
Oh, we're still on that. Okay. So I did
Yeah.
say it in the right time. I thought we went on to a new question or something.
yeah. Let's go to the new question now.
Okay,
New question.
and this will be kind of the last interesting question. And it's actually a question posed by Crystal Kirby, and he said, Nacho, did you and Jolt's Bolts ever get into something, or are you just good friends?
We are good friends.
Okay.
I mean, I've been asked this question quite a lot. I mean, we've met online. We're good friends. We met each other in real life once. Talk a lot. Not really so much anymore because we've both been busy with other things. But she's a good friend of mine, and that's about it. So I don't want to. I'm killing the rumor right here.
Where is
Never,
your-
nothing really happened. I have a girlfriend right now I like, and that's basically, yeah. Joltsbolt is a friend.
Okay.
We went bowling together.
I would have just said that I did it just cool. But yeah.
Oh,
I
okay.
Like
She's
it's-
real nice.
Like she's a girl, she's my friend, but no, she's not my girlfriend.
That's basically it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it was because we posted so much together. I think that's where the rumor started. I don't know. That's anyway. That's my answer. That's all I'm gonna say.
Okay, cool. So I think that concludes our third section. And let's move on to the final section. And this is kind of new. I know Ardem doesn't like this section, but Luke does, and I do. So, teehee. So in this question, this question will be called a reaction time. And in this section, we'll be directing to our two guests, and we'll be posing two statements or words, and they'll have to respond immediately by choosing one of those two statements or words. So, for example, if I say Kakuna or Metapod, then Tim has to say Kakuna or Metapod, and
Kakuna.
okay.
Cascoon.
What the
Hey,
hell?
that's not one of the two.
No art.
Cascoon's stuff anyway.
Those Russians just don't understand.
Ha ha ha! Very funny.
Я знаю. So, yeah, let's go into this section. So, okay, first Tim can answer, and then Dan. Is that cool?
Yep.
So, first statement: friend or girlfriend?
Girlfriend.
Friend.
Going to the movies or playing on your Wii or DS?
Wii DS.
Probably Wii and DS. Movies are shit.
I would have said movies maybe 10 years ago.
Okay.
Yeah,
Movies suck now.
before I could download them.
Second one: party where you can get drunk or a LAN party with your friends?
Call me a nerd, but LAN parties are too epic to pass
Party
up.
where you can get drunk. Nightclubs.
You can
are
get
way
drunk at LAN parties. There's no rule against it. I've done it plenty of times.
Go nightclubs are way better. Nightclubs are fun.
No, I'd rather
I'm
just
an introvert by
go.
nature.
I'd go LAN party because then you.
Y'all don't know how to party.
No. Listen to my reason, okay? If there's girls there, then you don't have to go far to have sex with them. You
There
don't
are
have to go all the way
There are
home.
billions of girls in nightclubs, and they all
Yeah, but they're unknown to you. You've never met them before.
yeah.
These
You can
ones
still
have a
like
better
touch
chance
them and
of
kiss
sex.
them, so it doesn't matter.
Kissing.
Guys,
How old are you?
we have to admit the chances of us catching up with a girl at a bar is like equal to the chances of Salamence getting huge power. So it's not gonna happen.
Hey,
Excuse me.
hey,
Girls at
what-
Pokemon.
Did
When you're
anybody
talking
watch
about
my
me, when you're
video?
talking about me, look at y'all. Look at y'all ugly faces, and when you're talking about me, a buff, handsome guy with a cool smile. No,
Professor, you're 15. Be quiet.
Listen,
Что ты сказал? What the hell?
and in nightclubs, honestly, girls, especially drunk girls, they don't give a crap. So even y'all ugly faces could come up and then just because
No, I have no problem talking to chicks, but it's just that it's so far to get home. Then by the time you get home, she's either passed out or blah blah blah. If you're there already, like 10 meters, like you just have to walk inside and there's a bed. It's so much easier.
you could do it in the
Ooh.
nightclub toilet.
This is just going too far. Next statement.
All right.
Okay. So, French salad or cheeseburger?
Cheeseburger.
Cheeseburger. That's real food. Salads aren't real food.
Rabbit food.
Okay.
Salad.
Okay. Pokemon or Digimon?
Pokemon.
Pokemon.
Duh.
Pokemon, of course.
Digimon
spit
or
on
Bakugan?
What?
Digimon
I
or
don't even know what the
Bakugan?
fuck.
What?
Don't you know that? Bakugan?
Bakugan?
Don't you know that?
Digimon.
I'll go Digimon just because I don't know what that is.
I know what it is, but
I think I've
understand.
seen it, but I don't really know what it is. It's like I kind of have it in the back of my mind. Like I've seen a Bakugan thing, but I'm like, what the heck is this?
Oh, it's I think bold or something.
Yeah, exactly.
You like throw little things out, and then they evolve into something, and then something else happens.
That's just
Okay.
evil.
Another Pokemon clone? Yeah, that's not really what we needed.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, Digimon or Yu-Gi-Oh?
Yu-Gi-Oh?
Yes.
I've been a competitive player before, not so much anymore, though I still go to some tournaments every now and then. I hate the game with a passion, kind of like a self-hating Jew, but that's how it is. I'll pick it over the other thing.
Okay, and then the final statement for today, super effective podcast or meta podcast?
I don't know the other one, so here we go, this one.
Of course, Meta Podcast. All the way. All the way, boy.
And, you know, if you would have said Kakuna podcast, then I might have some, so...
Absolutely. Well, sorry guys, but it's a Kakuna. I mean,
I would say Meta Podcast. It's the baller.
no. Meta podcast is way too mainstream for me.
I'm leaving this podcast now.
Okay, bye.
See you later.
Okay, but it might be time for us to all leave the podcast because it's been over 1 hour right now. It's been an awesome podcast, in my opinion. We discussed a lot of topics. It was very interesting. I hope you guys enjoyed being here, KillerNacho and Tim. Oh my God, Tim and Dan. So yeah, all that remains now is maybe a word of thanks. So first, I'd like to thank my two co-hosts for being here. First, we had Artem.
Yeah, what? Oh, yeah, thanks for watching, and the only thing that concerns me is that Luke has been quiet for the entire podcast.
Yeah.
It's because there's 5 people in the pool, man. It's pretty difficult to see.
Yeah, you gotta fight for a chance to talk.
Yeah, I mean, you have to go into that epic duel every now and then, you know? Take someone down.
Yeah, but Luke didn't even try to do it, so...
He's probably playing Bakugan.
I'm polite. I don't like talking over people. Hence, difficulty with 5 people in a podcast.
So you're saying we should
polite.
have less guests?
No, I'm just saying I'll wait for my opportunity to speak and then I'll take it.
I would actually agree with you. Less guests. I'm voting for less guests.
What? I never even said that.
Yeah. Let's cut on the co-hosts by Artem. Okay. Okay, so thank you, Tim, for being here. Hope you enjoyed.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, thank you, Dan, for being here as well.
No worries.
So any last words to end this podcast, you guys?
I'm Mephisto.
I don't want to end with that, really.
Why? I always do it in my videos.
Thanks for having me. Peace out, homies.
Yeah.
That's how I say it.
Thanks. Catch you guys later.
Okay,
I'm
we'll
Mephisto.
just
No,
say,
we're gonna end with my I'm Mephisto.
How about
End with
we'll
the question
just
of the day.
Stop now.
no? How about we'll just all say together, "Bye, guys."
Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.
Hi, guys.
Bakugan.
Shut up. I'm Mephisto.